Hello students, good morning. So today we'll be looking at another area of cost and management accounting, which is limiting factor. In our previous video, we've looked at cost volume profit analysis. So today we'll be looking at a new topic, which is what? Limiting factor. So there's a question on the board. So the question is for Henry Products Limited. So and these are the products. We have the red carpet, the green carpet, and the blue carpet. The selling price is given as 16 naira for red, the green as 18 naira and 100 for blue. Then we have the respective variable costs. Then we have the contribution margin per unit as well. Then we have the inputs that is the cost per unit per labor hours. Then we have the demand by the customer. So this is the maximum demand. Then we are asked to prepare what product mix will maximize the annual contribution if labor is restricted to 20,000 hours. So when you talk about a limiting factor, that means you are talking about a constraint that hinders production. So you can see here we are giving it as what? Labor. So how do you know labor is a limiting factor? Whenever the word is used, labor is restricted. They can put it this way, that material is restricted. Limiting factor can be machine hour, it can be labor, it can be material cost, it can be material per kg. Irrespective of that, so there will be a condition once you hear the word constraint or restricted. So here we've identified, the first step is to identify the limiting factor. Here our limiting factor is what? Labor, which is what? 20,000 hours. So that means for them to produce these three products to meet the customer demand, they need more than this. But what they are having at hand is what? 20,000 hours. So let's see how many of this demand will these 20,000 hours produce. So that's what they call the optimal mix. So the first step, identify the limiting factor. Now we know that our limiting factor is what? Labor. Then step 2, you calculate the contribution margin for each product. For this question, you don't need to calculate because it's already given in the question. So look at our contribution margin per unit. We have it as 15, 30, and 20. So this is my solution. This is the table. The products, I have it here, red, green, and blue. My contribution per unit, 15, 30, and 20 is given. I just transfer it here. Then, since labor is my limiting factor, I'll bring out the rate per hour. How do I get the rate per hour? Some exam questions they will not give you, but you have to derive it. So if this question, in this question we are given, but let's assume it's not given, what will I do? How will I get my rate per hour? I have 2 naira per hour. The cost is 30, so I will do 30 divided by 2. This will give me 15. 20 divided by 2 to give me 10. 60 divided by 2 will give me 30. So this is how I got it. 15, 10, and 30. So this is the rate per hour. The next step, I will now get my what? Limiting ratio. How do I get the limiting ratio? Contribution divided by the rate per hour. 15 divided by 15, I have 1. 30 divided by 10, 3. 20 divided by 30, I have 0.6666, 0.67 approximately. Then step 3, what's my step 3? My step 3 is I will rank my product. So now my ranking will be the one that has the highest contribution will come first. The highest contribution limiting ratio will come first. So this is first, you can see that's 3, followed by 1, and followed by blue. So in my order of production, I will produce green first, then followed by red, then before I will produce blue. Let's see whether the hours available will be able to produce blue. So now let's look at the next one, which is what? My allocation of what? 20,000 hours. I want to see these 20,000 hours, will it produce the 3 products? Let's find out. So I will come to this side, which is my product. Now in my product, I will bring them based on what I rank. So green will come first. followed by red, then followed by blue. Then I'll bring in the demand. What is my demand for green? I'll go back to the question, so I have to be very careful there. Green, quantity demanded is 800. Red, quantity demanded is 1000. Blue, quantity demanded is 600. Then I'll bring in my rate per hour. My rate per hour, I have it here as what? 15, 10, and 30. Do you see it now? Then here I'll bring in my allocation. Now, how do I get my allocation? Remember, I'm only allocating 20,000 hours, so I must not exceed 20,000 hours. So I will say, okay, 800 times 15. So this will give me 12,000. I will allocate 12,000 for the first product. 1,000 times 10. This will give me 10,000. You can see this is 10,000. Are you with me now? So at this point, I can't put in 10,000 here because I've exceeded 20,000. So what I will just put is the balance to make up this 20,000. So I will just put 8,000 here. So I won't allocate anything here because there is no more available hour. You can see that there is constraint. When I said we need more than 20,000 hours to meet up the customer's demand. So I cannot exceed more than what? 20,000 hours. So here I will bring in also the cumulative. Cumulative, the first one, which is 12,000 plus 8, this give me 20,000. Then the last thing I'll put in my balance and the optimal mix. Now, how do I get my balance? Out of 20,000, I allocated 12,000, so it remains 8,000. So out of 8,000, I allocated 8,000, so here I have dash. Now, my optimal mix, let's look at the optimal mix. For green, I allocated 12,000 hours. That means I can produce the full green. So here I'll bring in 800 here. Do you see it now? Because the hour that I need is what? 12,000 hours, which I got in what? In green. Why for red? 1,000 times 10. So I need how many hours? I need 10,000 hours to produce red. But I only allocated what? 8,000. So how many quantity of red can this 8,000 produce? So I'll just say, okay, 8,000 divided by 10. So that will give me 800. Now, at this point, that ends the solution. Look at it, let me explain. So, out of this product, we have 3 products demanded by the customer. So, I can only produce 100% of green. Then, partly, you can see, customer demanded for 1,000 quantity. But I can only produce 800 out of what? 1,000. So, these 20,000 hours cannot even produce this at all. It cannot produce blue. It can produce full of green, then part of what? Red. Look at it here. 800, I can produce this. Here, I can produce just 800 quantity out of 1,000. So, the remaining 200 and this 600, I will ask the customer to come back next time or to wait till the next order. So, in that note, instead of losing all those sales, asking the customer to go, these 20,000 hours can produce just these two and part of this one and part of this. So, at least I will maintain a favorable relationship with the customer instead of losing the sales. So, that is what this topic is all about. How to use the available resources to achieve the objective of the company. So at this point, our 20,000 hours can produce 2 products. So this last one, we can decide to ask the customer to wait or come back next time. So please, at this point, I call it a day. And for those that are yet to subscribe, kindly do, so that you'll be the first to notify once I drop a new video. And there's a comment box. You can, any observation, you can put your comment. So once I'm online, I will definitely reply. So thank you, and God bless you, and have a lovely weekend.